Hey everyone, it's Tricia. I just wanted to share an experience with you all, something amazing that has just opened up for me. And it's all about this inner voice, this true, authentic voice. It's different than inner guidance. So I want to tell you guys all about my experience. Okay, so I want to tell you a little of the backstory. How it started, this hearing of this new authentic or inner voice. A couple of days before this big epiphany happened, I woke up in the morning with a song in my head. And, you know, the universe or angels or, you know, inner guidance, whatever it is, higher power, God, often will communicate with you through song lyrics. And by the way, if you aren't privy to this, just know that if you have a song stuck in your head, whether it's something you've heard recently or not, and kind of a big clue is when you haven't heard it recently, at least in my experience. And even if you don't know the words, or if the words that you're remembering are just kind of like banal or mundane, like whatever, go look up the other words. Go Google the lyrics of the rest of them and see if there's something in there that just really pops out for you. Because this is a really amazing way. It's a really cool way, and it's kind of easy for the universe to drop that down into our consciousness. It's a claircognizant kind of thing, because music is vibration, and you know, that whole getting something, the song stuck in your head, it's really a great tool for our higher self or for God or for angels to communicate with us and help us and bring us answers and guidance and all that kind of inspiration. Oh my gosh. So anyway, the song that I woke up with in my head is a song that I didn't know, and I hadn't heard it recently, and I just know what it kind of sounded like. I didn't know the lyrics like at all, except for gotta, 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 gotta. I'm not going to sing it for you right now, but it's an Ariana Grande song, and so I had to go look up the lyrics, and all I could put in was Ariana Grande because I recognized her voice, and gotta, 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 gotta. And it popped up. And the name of the song, if you don't already know it, or if you do, you already know the name of the song, Love Me Harder. I think that's just the name of the song. But that lyric, Love Me Harder, as I read it, it was just like, I mean, I feel like choked up right now. Like, it just really was impactful. It was really powerful for me. Somehow it's like a positive, very positive trigger. Maybe it's the way that I kind of like to say things. I say silly things like that. But I just heard it as, I need to love me harder. And it's, you know, really smart to say it that way, because I definitely have developed a lot more self-love. So just saying love me wouldn't have been as impactful as love me harder. Like, there's something so visceral to me about that lyric, love me harder. So then the next day after that, I was going to get a facial from this woman, new person I'd never seen before. My friend had recommended her. He's been seeing her for 20 years, says that she's just the most amazing person. And I was having some skin issues. And also, I just don't get facials. I would like to try to get that with some greater frequency, because, you know, your skin is important. The skin on your face is delicate. Skin on my face is delicate. So anyway, I went to see this woman, and officially she's just a facialist, but she truthfully is a healer, because she has this presence with saying very little, just this incredible presence of love, but she presents it in a way where it is reflected back to me, and begged the question how much I was loving myself, and basically, could I love myself harder? And it was just so beautiful. And she left the room for a moment, and I got misty-eyed because I just felt that. And I mean, that was a beautiful lesson for us all to realize that just when we're out in the world, just being light, just being love, that doing what is typical, that is healing. And so, oh my gosh, that was such an amazing experience. And she made my skin look so good. I mean, it was clearly working so hard before. And that was the second day. And then finally, the third day, where this big epiphany happened, I was driving, and I was listening to a video from a woman named Nanice Ellis. And she was actually talking about something like psychological. She was talking about the inner critical voice and talking about being able to quiet down the inner critical voice, and, you know, about shadow work and about, you know, doing a lot of self-healing, self-acceptance and everything. And I was kind of like listening, like, I wonder, you know, I feel like I've done this, like, what am I learning from this right now? And not that the work is ever done, but still, like, it wasn't really provoking some kind of new insight in this moment, except for at the very end when she said that once we quiet down that critical voice, that we could better hear our true voice, or maybe she said authentic voice. And just the way she said it, I knew she meant something different. Actually, I don't know if she meant something different than inner guidance, but that's definitely how I felt it. That was the message I was reading. Inner guidance is one thing. That's like your intuitive guidance. That's like your connection with higher self and with God, you know, that God essence, the connection to all. This was something else, the way I was feeling what inner true voice would be, authentic voice. So I switched off the YouTube video. By the way, I wasn't looking at it. I was driving. I just listened to the audio of it, which is a great way to watch my videos. You could just listen to them, and other people's. I turned it off, and again, driving, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like in some trance meditation. And I just listened for a second, and from my being, but it was even like my body, like from this, like really kind of from the solar plexus heart area, like all around in here, right in the center, I heard my true voice, my authentic voice. And you know, I recognized it. I recognized it as my voice. And not that I didn't hear it with my physical ears, like clairaudience. Or I guess it was clairaudience, but it was different. It wasn't like when I receive messages from spirit. And it wasn't like when I'm speaking telepathically with an animal or with someone else. It came from me, and I heard me, and I heard my voice, and it was so loving. And it was like, you know, like the perfect parent would tell the child how wonderful they are and how great they are. But it was more than that, because it was me and I believed it. Because it was like, you know, I know I can't possibly lie to me. And it's like what we expect from parents, and it's what we expect from outside. But the only way we could feel that satisfaction is from hearing this authentic voice. And then I also realized that when we are receiving encouragement from someone else, that they're actually channeling that authentic voice for us. Like when I give readings or coaching or something like that, I'm actually channeling their authentic voice. But when it comes from the outside, I just can't even tell you how much more impactful it is when you hear it natively. I mean, and I was like, it struck me so much that I instantly did the ego thing where you go, oh no, what if I don't hear this again? Like, how can I be sure to hear it? And then it was just like, that voice reassured me, like, oh my gosh, I've always been here. You're never going to lose me again. You never will. And so I just like tap in. Since this happened, it's been about over a week. And I just tap in and I just hear it and I feel it. And it is different than connecting with the universe, with connecting with the God essence without. It's different than just clarity in space, because it's very active. It's such an active love. And I just wanted to share it with you guys so that maybe you could listen for yours. I hope that you can have an experience like this, or even greater, this or something better. So like, comment, share, subscribe. And if you've experienced this, I would love to hear from you, because I've never heard anyone discuss this quite this way, or if I did, I didn't get it. So if you know what I'm talking about, or just want to talk about it more, talk about it in the comments and stuff, because I don't know, this is blowing my mind, and blowing my heart open. So I'll catch you next time. Thanks for tuning in. I love you, whoever you are.